Hey guys, Mr. 3D Hero here. In today's video, for my TitanFall 2 video, I'm going to be bringing you my thoughts and opinions on the newly released DLC called Colony. So, my opinion on the whole package is, it's alright. It's not the best, and it could have been much better with a better euphemism on some of the content, but it's okay. I enjoy it. It's still content, it's still free in some areas, but at best I can say it's okay. Now, one thing I can say is that the map, Colony, is a map I've never played before. This is my first time actually playing it. And back in TitanFall 1, I never got a chance to play that because, like I said, TitanFall 1, it was only based around Xbox 360 and PC. People on PlayStation weren't able to play it because of, you know, exclusivity and brands deals and such. The chance for me now to play a completely new map that feels like Angel City and Boomtown in one, is quite appealing, quite refreshing as well. But my main problem on console when I'm playing this map is that if you're playing pilot versus pilot, there's a lot of camping. And, you know, I thought camping in this game wasn't really that much of a problem in some areas. Like, there are some areas within some maps where players will be able to camp up in the area, and as long as they stay there with a group of buddies with good boosts, they'll be able to, you know, dominate at most times. But then there'll always be choices or ways to get around them. In Colony now, that rule still applies, but it's a bit more harder, considering that there's a tower literally in the middle of the map that allows a player to get the biggest advantage view available. That, and then added on pilot sentries, or tick mines, or spicy boys like to call it, or even having the buddy be your eyes, and you being your eyes and ears, it becomes a problem. And I noticed it on console, it really is quite a big problem. Nearly every match, there'll be someone on a rooftop or in the tower camping either with a sniper rifle or using the R201 or using even the hemlock. And it's a problem, but there's not really much you can do about such a problem like this. All you can just do is try to adapt and to get around it, and that's just something I just learned by. You can't really patch this out. It's something you're just going to have to learn from and try your best with countering it. But anyways, except for the Colony map, on LTS with this map, it's quite amazing. I would say this map on LTS is really quite balanced. It allows you different types of engagements. You can either engage a person straight ahead as a team, both teams spawn on two far ends, and they can come into the middle and clash. Or you could split up, go through the middle of the small village, and this will allow you to get the battery or catch a single Titan out on their own. Or if you want to, you can go on your own while your other team is taking on the enemy team. You can go behind their flank. Usually this is what I do. I usually play Ion on this map because Ion on this map is really amazing. And honestly, LTS wise, this is a really good balanced map just to play because it's so chaotic and you have to be so aware of your surroundings that you could be in the lead and then 1 second later you can see your teammates start to fall one by one, only to realise that another enemy team member got from behind your team and start taking them out all one at one. And you won't be able to do anything about it unless you're either a Tone or even an Ion player, or maybe even a Scorch player. Even though I kind of think to myself, why would you play Scorch on this type of map? So aside from that, we also received a new weapon called the R101. Now I would say this is the main predecessor of the R201, and from the design wise, it's really nice. It reminds me so much of the old assault rifle used in TitanFall 1. So it has that. My main problem though with this is damage wise and stat wise, it's the same as the R201. Now you may argue with me and say to me that this makes sense. It is literally the predecessor of the R201, so it makes sense. But at the same time, it shouldn't really feel too similar. At most, I thought we were going to have, you know, at least a slower damage, a higher damage output in close range, and long ranges. Something like the Flatline and the G2 combined into one. But it's going to be terrible with hip fire and terrible in close range engagements because of a slow fire rate. That's what I thought at first the weapon was going to be like. In this game, though, it's not like that. It's basically just R201 reskinned, stat-wise, all the same. And it's kind of sad because they delivered this as a new weapon, And I thought as a new weapon, this could be something new. I thought it could be something similar to the Wingman Elite, where, you know, at first it was turned from a hit scan into projectile, and that really did show a difference in the weapon. But with this weapon here, it just feels so similar as to R201. I just think to myself that this really isn't a new weapon. Like, design-wise, it's new, but playing with it, gunplay-wise, it's still the same, and it's really bad. So I'm hoping Respawn will look into this, change the stats, and change up some of the functionality of the weapon to make it feel different as a new weapon. Because there's no point of saying this is a new weapon when it's literally the same. And another problem I also found is that the scope on the weapon is not that great for long engagements. It just, like I said, it feels too similar to the HCOG Ranger perk for your R201, except for you have a little bit less zoom. But I'll probably go more into that into another video that I'm probably going to be planning to bring to you later on. But that's my general thoughts on the weapon. I just do hope they actually change some of the stats on the weapon, because it doesn't feel that great. Now, store-wise, we also have some new banners, some new colours, also some new exclusive colours for the Titans, and we also have the new Legion Prime and the new Northstar Prime. Now, I purchased Northstar Prime because she looks absolutely sexy. Legion Prime isn't really my type of Titan to go with, since he doesn't really look that appealing. At best, they're both the same. The execution is quite amazing for both of them. And if you're the type of person that wants to support Respawn with, you know, releasing similar stuff like this, then by all means go ahead and purchase them. As it's just, the only thing you're going to get is a new execution at best, and that's it. At the same time, when it comes down to banners, the banners in this game for Colony DLC is absolutely amazing. I must say that whoever designed the banners must have had really a lot of fun with building them, because they are so beautiful to look at. I'll probably say they're so much more better than the vanilla and the Angel City pack banners. I'll probably rate Angel City banners as the lowest, and then vanillas, and then as best the Colony DLC banners. They're really nice. They're really visually beautiful. Like the To Be Human one, that's probably the best one for me. I love the visuals, I love the design, I love the colours. Everything just feels so futuristic at best. It's a shame though I can't say that for the camos. The camos in the game is quite lacking compared to the Angel City camos that were a bit more funky and appealing to look at. The Colony camos aren't really that great, and I'll probably say maybe the Splitter camo are alright. Those are the only ones that are good, but except from that, all the rest are quite terribly designed. I really do wish that, you know, they gave us the same package they gave us in the Angel City DLC. Also, to add on to this, there's also a new introduction and ending to Coliseum matches now. So now when you enter a Coliseum match, they have an introduction, and these introductions will just show your banner cards and how many wins and how many losses and how many streaks you have. So this in many ways will tell you whether that player has been playing for a long time, or whether that person has lost many matches, or basically tell you what you're up against. So you may see someone who has 1 loss, and you may have 3 wins. This may mean that they may be able to take out quite easily. But then at the same time, that person may have 10 wins and 10 streaks, and you could have 1 win, and this could basically show you that this player really knows what's happening. Add into this the new loadout available. I believe it's the Mastiff, the Spicy Boys, Stim, and the SMR. It becomes really hectic. So one thing I'll give you as opinion is to make sure you practice with the Mastiff in either pilot versus pilot or even attrition. Practice with it, because in Coliseum it really does matter with where your shots land. Sometimes your shots will be instant kill, other times it'll just be utter BS, and you know, that's just how games are. But I really do recommend that you practice with that Mastiff first before you head into Coliseum. But like I said, the ending now is extremely new. They now have an ending screen where it shows your character or your pilot basically either helping the enemy team member out, either like as a good sport, or it will basically show you from now your pilot basically just pushing them down like they're crap. And it's a really amazing animation how they're designing it. Like sometimes it's brutal, but sometimes it's honest. And if you're the type of person that likes new executions, or just like to see the new visuals for Coliseum, by all means go ahead and go into it. But I will tell you that it doesn't matter whether you win or not, the execution will still play. But if you lose, it will fit the execution of your player, either good or bad, and so forth. So in general, one thing I can say about this DLC is that the new map is nice, it's refreshing, it gives us something new to play with. And the new weapon is alright, but it could be improved. But in general, for content wise, it just felt lacking. Now, they could have improved on this much more by at least adding in a new Titanfall 2 map. Like a brand new Titanfall 2 map. Like they did with Live-Fire. They released 2 new Titanfall 2 maps, but they were only given for only 1 game mode. They could have done the same thing for Colony, where they released the Colony map, but they also released a new Titanfall 2 map, something that we've never seen or played with. Because at the moment, it just feels kind of lacking that we have to wait till the end of every month for a new map. But all these new maps we're getting is just maps that most people have played in Titanfall 1. And I can understand for players that haven't played it, those on PC or maybe those on PlayStation, this may be brand new to them. But for players that have played it before, it's kind of off-putting at best. We want to see something new, something fun, something appealing to it. So at best, what they could have done is add in 2 maps. One old one and 1 new one. Something to, you know, give us a different variety. But that's just my opinions. And also the weapon, the R101. It's literally just a reskin. So unless they're gonna rebalance it to make it feel much different, it's not really a new weapon to me. It just feels like the R201 with a new skin. Now what they could done was add in the arc tool. Now you're probably wondering why the arc tool, but you know, the arc tool is just one of those weapons that, you know, it's only used for a specific area in one game, or a specific area in one story mission. But I was thinking maybe you can bring in a modified version of it, one that actually does damage. That would have been actually fun, and make it so that it kind of acts like the L-Star, where it overheats for too long. Now that's a new weapon that they could have added into the game as Titanfall 2. Not the R101 that just acts as similar to the R201, but that's just my general gist of it. The DLC was fine, it's alright. The weapon could be improved, or at least give us a brand new weapon that had actually different functionality. The store items are alright, although the only thing I like about it is the banners. And the 2 Prime Titans, yes, they're fine, but at best, if you really want to spend money on 2 Prime Titans that have new executions, by all means go ahead. But if you're the type of person that don't want to, don't bother. I'll say just spend it either on the camos or the banners. At best, I can say this DLC, I'll probably give it a, say, a 7 out of 10. They could have improved on this a lot. And it just feels kind of boring that we're halfway through the month now, probably like 5 months in now, and we've only received at least, what, 4 new maps? 2 of those new maps that can't be accessed by large game modes. You can only play those 2 maps within one specific game mode. So in best, 2 maps. It's kind of sad and appealing, really. So they really need to show us the roadmap, the DLC roadmap of what we're going to be getting in the near months. What to expect, what to be prepared for. Something just to, you know, keep us going, because at this rate, many people are going to play this map. They're going to look into it, they'll be like, okay, that's it. They get bored of it, they put the game down, and they'll go on to something else. And I don't want to see this game die like many other games have. They can improve. Better off, maybe learn from 343 with Halo, how they do it. They could probably follow that same method, or at least something similar. So that's the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed it, as I will be doing similar videos in the nearby future. If you did, leave a like or leave a dislike. Also leave a comment in the comment section. Subscribe for more, as you know, subscribing basically means I'll bring you more quality content always on a weekly or daily basis. And I do hope that this video doesn't change your opinions on the DLC overall, as it is free, but it's something to think about, and whether you want to support this game even more, or whether you just want to abandon it. At best thing I can recommend for you guys is to go to Reddit, Titanfall Reddit, and critique it. Give some ideas to Respawn. Tell them that you're not happy with how the product is, and say how they can improve on it. Don't go full out and say I hate this map and this DLC. Say to them, I don't like this map, but give reasons behind it and say how they can improve upon it. That way, if enough people back you, that basically means that Respawn will look into this, and that may change how they change up the DLC. It might. Not 50-50, but it just might. So that's it. I do hope you enjoyed the video, as I will see you all again soon. So thank you, and see you later.